Okay, we are in right now, and I've realized that in my previous videos, I didn't introduce myself. I didn't introduce the segment. I just get into the conversations because of excitement, and that is very offish. So today I'm going to start with an intro of myself. So
Okay.
my name is Ben Mahudu, and today this is unscripted. Unscripted is a platform where we have unscripted, groundbreaking conversations. So today on Unscripted, we have on the other side, coming live from Paris. Coming live from Paris or Cologne in Germany. Where are you coming live from? Palawa now, did you share?
No, I'm
we
in
can
Polokwane.
we can say you are in the country, can die. Yeah. You're extravaganting,
No, I'm in Polokwane
Extravaganza.
for real.
Okay, no, that's great. That's great. So we have Rebecca Mohaule on the other side. You want to introduce yourself?
I don't know how it works. I must introduce myself here.
No, I'm just saying, if someone say introduce yourself, what would you? Let's hear the humble you.
Yeah, so my name is Rebecca Wanalihumo. So I have like a petty name from my grandmother.
Okay.
However, I'm a Swati. My father is a Swati speaking. So I took that name of Rebecca Wanalihumo from my grandmother. So it's Rebecca Wanalihumo Mohaule, and I am 23 years of age. I am a very what can I say? A huge dreamer. I want to become something great. I have not tapped into exactly who I want to be, but I just want to become something great.
So you're Swati?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know about that.
Now you do.
I remember when you were graduating and you were wearing some very beautiful Swati beads and that Swati attire, and I just thought maybe it's just a thing of maybe wanting to be dressed in a certain regalia. Kanti, it's some Swati,
Yeah.
So can you speak
That
Swati?
day it was so personal for me, and I said that first belt was theirs. It comes from them. It doesn't come from me. So that's why I was wearing that.
Can you speak Swati though?
No, unfortunately.
Man, I find Swati sexy, man. I find it very sexy, man. That language, I find it very, like, I think for me, Swati should be the French version. When people say,
Woo!
yeah,
Okay.
no, like in terms of the way the language is being, the way it's being spoken, and it has some sorts. It has something. It has something, but then. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, Rebecca is actually the deputy president of the Wits SRC. So it's a comrade to this one,
I usually don't introduce myself like that.
Why?
I said it yesterday. I said I'm going to be having unscripted with Ben, and he's saying he's going to be having an unscripted conversation with the Wits deputy president. But I don't relate myself as that. I'm more than that. I have a whole lot of segments that I fall into.
Sure.
And if I then label myself as Wits deputy president everywhere, then who am I when it comes to business? Who am I when it comes to other things?
Yeah. No, I get that. But I get Rena on the ground. That's what we, that's what we'll say, the ground,
No, I agree. I agree.
So a couple of weeks ago, I actually got a call from one of the students, and they were telling me that actually they are unable to study in this online learning because of they come from a village that doesn't have electricity, and it just knocked me that we have those realities, especially in the student realm. Some students come from places whereby there's no network coverage and everything like that. So that was something that really knocked me as I was communicating with the students and seeing how I can help the student. But I'm sure you as a leader in the SRC, these are bread and butter issues. But what I mean about bread and butter issues, I mean like these are issues that you deal with every day. They're always on your table, especially amid the coronavirus and subsequently the remote online learning. So what are some of those challenges that perhaps you'd like to highlight that students are sort of, juggling around, that you guys are dealing with as the SRC? Something to start off with.
Yeah, so students, I think at the moment are juggling around transitioning. Okay,
yeah, sure.
They're still trying to transition from contact learning to online learning. So I think because we have been at Wits before, as a first year, the first thing you're taught at Wits, they take you through those computer literacy programs. That in itself shows you the type of population that we have there, that not all of them are internet or technology savvy. So they get to learn it as they are on campus in that process. Okay,
sure.
So students are experiencing that transitioning. As first years, it's even worse because some of them, it was the first time they meet computers or have gadgets on campus. And when it comes to senior students, they are now learning something that they've also never learned before. We've never had video lectures. We have never had recorded lectures. We've always just wanted to learn from YouTube. But at this moment, they have to do a lot of self-study. It's like we're on a study break because you either go to Zoom to engage, not to get a lecture. Okay, so the lecturer will only deliver the lecture class on Sakai, but however with slides, and you only hear a voice. So it's not the same. It's very difficult for them to transition from contact learning to online learning at the moment. So it's that issue. Even before access, even before saying I don't have network coverage, you are trying to self-study alone, learn the concept on your own and go engage it, rather get the information and engage at the same time as compared to contact learning on campus, So that's the type of challenge that is currently happening, even before talking about data or gadgets.
If there is something that this coronavirus, for me, it has sort of, brought out to the surface, is the inequality that is exposing, and is something that we always knew, but then now we see it in its real face, So as a student leader, this is something that I've been asking myself and engaging myself on the subject. Like, what do you think is the way forward? Because I feel like it's more like we're trapped, it's more like, the situation is, how do we move around it? What can be the proper way to go about it, from a student perspective? You get what I'm saying? Some people are arguing that perhaps some of the races must be opened for those students who maybe come from those remote areas with no network coverage, which makes more sense to me. But then there are all these fears of the virus and everything like that. It's a catch-22 situation. How do you think we should maybe maneuver around it, from a student perspective,
So I think from our perspective, from the onset, we've never said we're boycotting online learning. Because if you say you're boycotting online learning, then it means you don't want the year to be completed. So what we said is that we want a program that is not going to leave anyone behind. Okay. Yes, let's have online learning, but it must not leave anyone behind. And anyone who's disadvantaged because of various reasons through it must be taken as a special case. And hence we have those issues of saying, let's have phase returns for the vulnerable students. Let's have phase returns for first years or for final years who desperately have to complete because they have to get their practical work done. But also let's ensure that the assessments online are doable. You can't treat an assessment online as if it's contact learning. At the moment, Wits tests you as if you're on campus. I was writing a test last week. It was like 1 hour, 30 minutes. You'd have to answer 8 short questions and I have to get it typed. And that's not how we also even answer the questions on campus. We used to write on a paper. So now you have to write on a paper, quickly type it, and then send it. Network coverage might leave you. Electricity might also leave you. Your gadget might have issues. So they're asking that assessments must be structured in such a sense that they are doable online. If you give a student something to submit, then it must be a day or 2 days. If it's a quiz, then it has to be at least 2-3 hours, not 1 hour type, quickly send this. The assessment part of it is a problem. You understand? Students can learn from the comfort of their home, but you must also ensure that if you make Zoom and MSC that platform to have classes and engage for questions. Also have another platform on Sakai to say, here's a chat box. In case you did not manage to come on MS Teams or Zoom, go and write your question on the chat box. I'm forever there. It's an instant thing. That's what we've been asking for, to say not everyone is going to be able to come to Zoom. Zoom has a capacity as well. If it reaches 100, you are out of class. MSc as well. If you don't have data, you can't come and engage. So there must be various platforms to engage the lecturers, and the lecturers must teach online. They must make a video lecture like this one and engage the students to say, today we're learning about this. So and so it works like this. So the student can go read, have time to look at that video, and then engage the lecturer, either at MS Teams, Zooms, or rather a platform where they can chat. So it cannot be that there is one platform to engage or see your lecturer, and through emails he's not responding because he's getting flooded by emails as well. So it's also something it's in our mind to say, make it conducive when it comes to assessments. If people can't work at home because there are 10 people in the yard, make the student to come back, allow the students to come back and learn from the comfort of their rooms, because there's Wi-Fi, there's space, there's all they need. It's conducive enough. Provided there's social distancing and so on. I mean, already we're not social distancing at home. So what's wrong with the rest? At home, we're not social distancing, and we must be honest about it. So at rest, I'm in my room, I'm on my own. There's obviously a lot of social distancing. I don't see the risk of getting that infection or whatsoever.
I was about to say, Kabaribe Baba, fire! Because as you speak, because as you speak, you know, I can see the comrade in you coming out with fire now. You know, no, but
these things are very personal.
Yeah,
very
no, that's kind of I do get you like 100%. So, you know, really, you know, it's very interesting of how